Exactly.
Oh God!
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
The views and opinions of Philip are his own.
If that was a black dude, if her boyfriend was black and he went with his white girl and he came back without the white girl,
Been shot.
they would have locked him up. They would have came to his house and said, "Philip, where that white girl go?"
Right.
You know, we're gonna go ahead and hold you
on death row today.
He came back in her car
hold
too,
you
right?
until we find her.
He came back in her car too, right?
So what now?
He came back in her car too, right?
I don't know. I don't know with the car, but I know he left with her, and on top of that, the police were called while they were on the mountain, and the call ended up being released later that he was actually beating her up during that police call. Yeah, so he was so think about this.
White on white crime.
White girl, you come back with no white girl, but while you were gone, a 911 call was made. Police came out there. Because they're white people, they were like, "Oh, y'all good? No one goes to jail. It's all good." You know, she says that it was just an argument, and everybody leaves.
Right.
Like
White
it just
boys
sounds real white.
Yeah, I mean, it's very white.
It's
Sounds about white.
So where to go with that one? I mean, it's just
horrible segues.
It is, man.
Let's move on. So the R. Kelly thing came out today. Bump his music or at all?
Something a little lighter.
Exactly. 20 years for the freaking king of R&B.
So y'all still bumping his music or what?
Is he gonna get 20 years for real?
He's probably gonna get a max.
Man, they said guilty, bro, and he's facing up to 20 years. Like, do you understand? Musically, we wouldn't be where we are right now if it wasn't for him. I'm not saying excuse the things that he did.
Listen, he is absolutely a pervert.
Never mind.
I really did believe
After he's convicted, can you then play his music?
Sirs, do not do this.
Hey, I believe I can
will
fly,
not be going in the beehive, all right?
I believe I can fly.
Nigga, did you say the beehive?
I'm not doing
you're going to hell. You're going to hell immediately.
That's hilarious. I think about it every night and day, Phil.
Well, here's my thing.
It's still like my birthday song, bro. Like,
here's my
I'm gonna plead the Phil on this. Like, I'm just gonna go with Phil and not address it.
Here's my thing. Okay, so now that we got the two boogeymans, you know, justice has been served for the two boogeymans in our community. Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, right?
Oh, okay.
My issue has always been policy. Like, protest has to be followed up with policy. If you want to prevent, and R. Kelly was just kind of the embodiment of what goes on in the music industry. But to me, that should have been, he should have signaled some swift policy changes. I mean, like, nobody allowed in the studio that's under 18. We don't need any more child stars, so you can't even become a recording artist unless you're 21 years old. Nobody under 18 gets to go on a tour bus. Like, I'm talking about like some serious policy changes that.
But Philip, you can't say that because from my understanding, he's found guilty on racketeering.
And the Mann Act too.
The sex trafficking part too, right?
Right.
Did they get him for trafficking?
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of this story that I just still don't understand. Like, to me, a lot of this stuff seems like if you're gonna get him, you need to get some parents too. There needs to be some other people involved besides just him.
What the racketeering means that it's the same thing you give you like a RICO case. So that's why I was asking Eric. I was like, the racketeering means that there's other people involved. That means he's the head of an enterprise,
right?
And the personal assistant was just did an interview and was saying that she had no idea.
Exactly. Where's the other people?
You know, and the girls say that the personal assistant was like outside the door, like making sure they didn't get out. Like, so, I mean, some people are involved because R. Kelly can barely read.
There's definitely people involved, but where are they? Because a lot of these parents knew where their children were, and they weren't involved. And a lot of them, I believe, they got paid off. So you got a lot of people that were trying to become stars. So they went to this person to try to utilize his star power, and then that jump went a different way. Or parents got paid off, or whatever the case may be. But even with the Aaliyah situation, there's a lot of questions involved.
Yeah, that's weird.
As to how all
her parents had to sign off on her even getting married that young. Like, Yeah.
There's a lot of questions. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because is the label not at fault? The label had to pay for all this crap because he can barely read. So he paying people off and and doing stuff.
I mean, you
I think that's part of why they dropped him.
But you don't have to know how to read to
I mean,
you do have to know how to read to secretly book somebody or get someone from one part of the country to the next without anybody knowing, or make sure they got a car ready, and you gotta know you gotta read something to know that,
Or you just have to have some other people involved. But again, where are the other people?
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna address the question. Should you play his music? My thing is this.
His music didn't do nothing.
Exactly. His music didn't hurt nobody. And
what about Jay-Z? Can we not listen to Jay-Z since they're halfway Satanists? Will?
Oh.
First of all, I don't know that to be a fact. Okay. Right.
I just sent you a video.
All right.
I gave you evidence. But anyway, bro, there's a lot of questionable people out there. If we start questioning everybody, you can just turn your radio off. You might as well turn your whole radio off.
Turn your TV off too. Don't watch movies.
Turn it all off. No entertainment for you.
I hate the piousness and the it's like music does not
cookies. Who are you talking about eating pie?
No.
You know what? Okay.
Music does not make you think about the songwriter. It does not make you think about the singer unless the singer sounds good. Music makes you think about moments. Music connects you to the moments and the happenings of your life. And so for me, I look at Marvin. I love Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye got his underage niece-in-law pregnant and had a baby by her, and his older wife, they raised his son with this underage niece as their own because she couldn't have kids.
Ew.
Yes. Bobby Womack and Marvin Gaye Frankie from Frankie Beverly Mays, they used to swap wives. Like when we did.
You got all the receipts.
Listen, Marvin Gaye used to have rooms. He would have one room was all fruit, water, biblical, gospel music playing, and then the next room is cocaine and hedonism. Like if we gonna dig, then and are you gonna ask me not to play Marvin Gaye's "Hear My Dear" album that gets me through my stuff I've gone through in a relationship? No, you're not. No, you will not. But if you ask me to sign a petition for a policy that made it illegal for underage people to go into studios or to I don't think we need any more child stars. Like the draw for those parents was that we're going to capitalize off our child's talent. So if that's, you're not going to eliminate it, but you can deal with it from a policy standpoint where you even got to do all that. Like, because I'm not even an R. Kelly fan. I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't listen to him one way or the other. But I also know like R. Kelly got some issues like that go childhood. Like his sister molested him when he was a kid. His older sister. Are we gonna talk about that too? Like, I mean, come on. Like, I mean,
in all fairness, he wrote a whole song called "I Don't Mean It." So I mean, can we just let it go?
I just don't have any. I don't know. I just don't have it. I don't like people telling me what I can and can't listen to. But I also don't listen to R. Kelly though. So
But is it safe to say that all the great artists got some crap wrong with them somewhere in there?
Yes.
I think most people have crap. I think most people have crap wrong with them. I think the difference is most people are not high profile, so people don't get their stuff called out to them. Because hell, there's a lot of. This is wrong, no matter who does it. But you got women who have done inappropriate things with younger men, and so on and so forth. But they're not being put on the chopping block. You have people doing all kinds of just immoral things, but they're not losing their careers over it, and they don't have the world saying you're the devil as a result of it. Because the majority of people who are talking about R. Kelly, I would dare for you to open their closets and see what's in there, because then they would be looking crazy. You know what I mean? So
let's be clear though. If let's say you were not a parent who was trying to again, monetize your child's talent, and you really in good faith sent your child to R. Kelly's camp to develop them as an artist, and he did that to your daughter. you would want to kill that dude. So
Yes.
I'm not like this. This is what I don't even like. Even with Bill Cosby, like I stopped messing with Bill Cosby after the pound cake speech. I don't connect with those cats. I don't connect with rich people, rich celebrities. That's not my world. That's not my life.
Where's the pound cake speech?
He gave a pound cake speech in 2004. He was talking about basically like dogging out black people, talking about black people, hood names,
the hood,
like
welfare,
you want us to rally around your son, but he stole it when he steals a pound cake. You want to say he was a good kid, but he stole some pound cake. So like I was done with Bill in 2004. So when he had all this stuff happen, I didn't have a dog in that fight. But from a personal standpoint, there's some. I'm big on policy. So if we're not going to deal with policy, I don't care. It's just like with police brutality and things like that. Yeah, rah, go raise awareness, but that has to be parlayed into the George Floyd Act. Like that's the next step. So what's the next step is all I'm saying. So we can prevent another R. Kelly from being able to last as long as he has. That's all that I'm saying. If he did it, justice has to be served, but I just don't have an emotional tie to that. I got my own shit. I don't, whatever.
Very true. Very true.
Well, we're gonna move on before we get out of here. We're gonna wrap it up, but I just have one more question. When did you realize adulting was ghetto? So what is the one thing that you hate about adulting so far?
Jesus.
Oh my God. Taxes.
Bills for me.
You never own anything. You never own anything.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, especially after new policies are now being released about taxation. And, we all know that generally your upper class, they don't pay that much in taxes because they found ways around it. And a lot of us have just not learned those ways and don't have time because you're too concerned with paying regular bills to figure out how to keep the little bit of money that you do make. So I'm like, for me, that does suck. I'm not going to go into it too deep. And to me, I can't go into it too deep because one of the biggest gangs in America, you got police, you got the IRS. So it's like certain people you don't want to speak unfavorably about because you don't want them looking into you. Because if you look hard enough, you're going to find something. So I don't need them looking at me because, look hard enough, you're going to find something.
Well, it's interesting you said that.
It's not right. Honestly, taxes to me is not right.
Taxes are ghetto.
Well, I mean, I think taxes. I mean, it's what they say. Government is the name we give to things that we decide to do together. So I think that like they do have Texas has a use, but
local taxes do definitely.
Right.
I understand national taxes, but a lot of times, exactly, income tax is really what I'm referring to.
Right.
But a lot of times my issue is if you're going to take something from me, it's like a lot of people have issues with church and tithing. It's like you're taking my money, but what is it being used for? And how is it affecting me? Because I get taxed a lot, but I don't see a lot of changes. My car, my tire got flattened because of a pothole. Who do I call? Like, can I just use my portion of the tax money to fix it? Like, I don't know how that works.
Right. I think for me, I like the idea of asking an employer for time off. That will never sit well with me. Like, because you can't give me time, and the idea that I'm asking you to give me something that you can't give me, you can't give it back.
Something that's already mine.
Right. Like there's studies that show that like millennials are we're redefining what work means.
Yeah.
We've defined it in a way that makes it takes location off of work and time. So like basically everything is deliverable, right? I mean, most things are deliverable. Like most things will not take you 8 to 10 full hours to do. And I think and so the more we move on, and we're also moving towards a society. I was reading about this the other day. That is finding less use for work. Like there's this movement for like basic, not just basic income, but I mean like everybody. It's a birthright to have food, housing, and the ability to not be poor. So like to eliminate poverty. And we don't, like, when you really think about it, like all the people that I know that have passed recently, and you think about or people that you may know who was gonna pass, and you think about like the summation of their life and how much time is spent doing something that doesn't fulfill you, and all because you couldn't get time off. You know, it's just I hate that about being an adult. I hate that. You know.
Well, I think it's a catch-22. It's I think the problem is not necessarily adulting. The problem is capitalism. I mean, we all want to work from home and make as much money as we want to make if we're an entrepreneur.
Right.
But there are also like unintended consequences when even working from home. One of the things that we're seeing with millennials is there's no upward advancement when you work from home, and there's no appreciation when you work from home. So like you're not getting the same attaboys as opposed to being in an office, right? So I think that we're just the pandemic is a squeeze, and we're able to see right now some of the flaws in capitalism, and you got some millennials are just bowing out of capitalism altogether. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, I'm moving my mama moving in her basement and just not pay any bills or whatever, or let her SSI check take care of me. You know, but I do think I think that's the main part. But I also think that I don't know, one of you guys said it, but we're just not taught to be an adult. Like we're like my mom used to always say, I'm not raising you. I'm raising you to be men, right? And I think we're just not teaching our sons and daughters to be adults. You know, I mean, when was the first time you heard credit score? You know what I'm saying? And then go ask your white counterpart, when was the first time they heard the word credit score?
Right.
You know, I remember being in middle school, not knowing, going to Lovejoy, not knowing what college I wanted to go to, because no one ever asked me that. And I was in middle school, and then everybody had like college paraphernalia, and I was thinking, what's a college? Like, what is that? You mean like college football? I had no idea. Like, so I do think it's more mentorship that's not happening. So,
well, credit is a relatively new concept anyway, and like there was, just like, I don't know if y'all remember, there was a time when like everybody didn't have a debit card, and getting a debit card was a big deal. Like, the concept of credit it used to be exclusive, and it was for exclusive, sectors of society. And so
I think Facebook.
Right, how it's first started out,
like Diners Club cards and stuff.
Right, exactly. There we go. So, like, I think that I say this over and over again. We are in an active cultural fault line, and we've been on this active cultural fault line for 20 years. And I think it will settle. That once it settles, our children will be more prepared to be adults, whether we like consciously raise them to be adults or not. We have to reverse engineer a lot of what happened with us, and then like try to like mitigate that in our own children's experience.
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna settle. I think it's gonna. I think they will. I think they will. They will acclimate to the new norms. Just like, for instance, anybody who's like 28 and under, the way people who are like in their 20s and early 30s, the way they interact with social media, even though we're not that far in age, that fault line that we had, because Instagram didn't get introduced until 2010. Hell, we graduated from college at the time that they created the first iPhone, right? And then Facebook started to take off. So my thing is, we didn't literally grow up with those things,
right?
So our relationship to it is different, but they flow with it,
right?
Their relationships. I mean, I remember back in the day where it was like posting your relationship status was stupid to us. Like, it's like,
right, it was.
It's really
I never changed mine. I've never changed it.
Right. But we're still old. But what I'm saying is this:
you old. I'm not claiming old.
Okay. So, what I'm saying is this: they acclimated to it, and we did not. Even though their lives are still getting the results of the depression from social media. So they're still being impacted, even though they're more acclimated to the nuances of their era. So our kids or kids yes, they will be more acclimated to their system at the time. But the fact of the matter is the government or the things that we decide to do together or the things that the top 10% decide to do together, right? They're still going to be having an oppressive shadowing of all of the agendas that they're trying to do because the minority has to try to control the majority at all times. So therefore, yes, they will acclimate, but it will still be difficult as hell because they're still not going to own anything.
It's because tech moves so fast, man. Like I mean, I don't know how much everybody on the call, but I mean, I work directly in tech, right? Like, so the conversation about like a data center, a cloud, what is happening and how things move is happening so fast that literally like 6 months ago, they're not even doing that anymore. like now we're doing something totally different. Like, I don't know if you guys know that Apple is now saying they finna get into the electric car space, right? And totally different than Tesla. And it's like, wait. We'll forget. 5 years, we got two major billion-dollar companies making electric cars. Like what the hell?
Well, let me help you out with this. Even more so, the IRS is trying to get integrated with our digital with our bank accounts.
True.
Even more so. Yeah. And to have that integrated with our health records, and that's a tech play. It's a government play and a control play, but it's still a tech play. Yep. So our kids will be acclimated to that, but because they're acclimated to that, they're going to feel the pressure of it as well. I.e., adulting is ghetto. My thing is when you said what?
I said A to the men. So
because
go ahead.
I guess my thing is this: when you're younger, the world is bigger. When you're older, it's smaller. When you're younger, you have more freedom, technically. Right. When you're older, you're more confined by the regulations and the things that you're aware of. So I think the part about being an adult that makes it so ghetto is you become more bound to the invisible, constraints that you have that you were not aware of as a child. Therefore, you perceivably have more freedom.
Well, I think also let me say this one last thing. Some of these ideas are really old. It's just that tech has caught up to it. Like the idea of integration and cloud having to do with your medical records. That's a very old concept, but now we can do it. Like they were trying to do that 10 years ago, but now it's like, oh no, we can do that now. Right.
Well, Michelle is trying to wrap this up.
So thank you, Tay.
And you can do that now.
Anyway, that's all I'm saying. I mean, these ideas are old, but we are now in a space that this stuff.
And he keeps talking. So what we're gonna do? And this is why our conversations end till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, because we just don't stop talking. But it's all good. This has been another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. I'm here with my homies. I call them the educated nuts. I'm going to let everybody go around and tell how they can follow you on Instagram, social media. If you're selling anything that's important that they need to know about, drop that knowledge on them as well. And let's get it. Whoever wants to go first, have at it.
Well, LeVar Norsworthy, L Norsworthy 613 on IG. You can check up on the clothing line, and that's Mark LeVar, MarcLevar, also on IG. Love to see you.
Ron Walker, go get the new book. I'm changing. Actually discussing getting rid of those things that no longer fit, whether they're attitude, mentalities, or perspectives. Just letting go of things that no longer fit you. So you can find I'm changing on every platform, wherever you buy books, or listen to music or audio streaming. It's streaming. It's everywhere. It's an audio book available on Audible. It's streaming on every platform. I'm everywhere. Go to YouTube as well. Follow me at AuthorRonWalker. Get constant motivation and encouragement. And if you need some puppies, we got puppies on deck and lovebirds.
Oh my God!
All kinds of things.
We got the motivation on deck. We got them puppies on deck.
It just went straight hood. It was like I got books. Then I got
we got them dogs though.
To keep it all the way hood. I'm still
what kind of dogs are they? What kind of dogs?
What? Pitbull puppy.
Huh?
Pit bull puppies.
Okay.
American Staffordshire Terriers to be exact. But
okay.
Gonna be Clayco until the day I die. And hopefully Clayton County will elect me come next year when I run for office again. Because I understand the people. I'm from here. I represent the people.
Oh my God.
My wife keeps laughing at me, man. She's making it difficult, but it's all facts.
Jesus.
All right. I sell merch as well. Go to ebonyleadclothing.com. Get your Wakanda gear. If you like good music, you can go on any streaming platform and get the Project by Paper Napkin. That's my artist name, because all good music is written on paper napkins.
Thank you.
Chasing Huxtable is a platform where we unpack this need to be Will Smith and Jada and Barack and Obama. And so if you want to continue those conversations, follow me at Chasing Huxtable.
That's good. Yeah, Will Jordan, Renaissance Will 404 on IG. Look out for anything that's I got going on over there.
All right, and that has been another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. We drop every Monday, Thursday, every other Friday, and sometimes we even go live. So we will see you next time. Guess what? Sing-a-Doo the Game Show is coming, hosted by comedian Tyler Chronicles from More Than Culture Podcast and V103. Do you want the opportunity for your brand to be introduced to 25,000 supporters on social media? If so, sponsorship opportunities are available. This is your chance for your brand to be featured on the hot new game show, Sing-a-Doo, More Than Culture Podcast, as well as Kandid Kisses TV Podcast. Contact KandidKissesTV@gmail.com for sponsorship opportunities. Deadline for sponsorship is October 30th, so act fast. Sing-a-Doo. Sing-a-Doo.
Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it like this? Can you do it real quick?
Go get it! Kandid Kisses TV is brought to you by Kissable Lips Cosmetics. You can be kissed without kissable lips. Shop KissableLipsCosmetics.com today for all your beauty needs. Guess what? Kandid Kisses TV has merch. That's right. You can find it at artistperiod.com. We have everything you need. We have hoodies. We have coffee mugs. We even have throw pillows and beach towels for the summer. Get it right. Keep it tight. Listen, everything you need to get your drip right, artistperiod.com has it for you. That's ARTISTPERIOD.com. Get your drip right with artistperiod.com and Kandid Kisses TV. Make sure you get it today.